Hey everyone, I am with Amir, the 17th person voted out of the Ascendants Back to the Future, and the 8th jury member. Before I get to the questioning,
What do you say?
before I get to the questioning, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Oh, I have a whole lot to say. We all know it. First, I want to say um, there was 28 people in this game. Ultimately, there was duos, but there are still individuals in this game. I made it to the final four. I by far exceeded my own expectations. I beat my previous placement. I was the last vet standing. I was the last duo standing. Um, so I'm extremely proud of getting to where I was and I did get. And I'm extremely proud of what I have accomplished in this game. And I'm really happy that I played the way I wanted to play and I didn't follow anybody's rules or their direction. I played my game. So everything I did in this game, I can own up and say I did, which I'm sure a lot of people can't say. But yeah.
All right. So, as far as being casted again for Ascendants, were you
Mhm.
able to change the gameplay you played last time, or did it stay the same?
It definitely changed. Um, this game, I was more cutthroat. I was extremely cutthroat. I turned on people. I backstabbed people. I was every si- every single vote minus when I got voted out. I was always in the majority. I was in the majority every single time. I knew what was going on. I knew where the votes were landing. Um, so my gameplay definitely changed. It definitely became a little more cutthroat, a little more of, well, what do I want to do? Um, it definitely changed a lot than my previous game. I knew people were having conversation with each other. So, which is my mistake I made last time, was apparently some people thought there was inconsistencies, and this time I was 100% sure to make sure that everything was consistent. And I used people as as I said to this person, as I said to that person, to ensure that what I was saying was consistent all the way across the board with the people that I trusted.
So, being eliminated at Final Four, was there any point in the game that you felt betrayed by anyone? Why?
Um, I think in my opinion, I believe my downhill spiral started with the whole Stephanie vote. Um, for me, betraying people, it started very early. Um, for myself betraying people, it started very early with the whole Allie and Bryce vote. I absolutely love Allie. I adore Allie. Um, I did that was a plan that was concocted by somebody else. So I turned on them, even though I knew Allie was going to have my back 100% if we made it individuals. Jordan, I turned on Jordan, um, even though that really wasn't my plan. That wasn't the situation. That wasn't how it was supposed to go. Um, I am the reason Michael left because I turned on Michael. I had brought the idea of Kim to Stephanie Marcelino when they had wanted Alyssa. So I was the reason Kim had left. I also had turned my back on Alyssa. She says our game beef is over. Our game beef is over, but in a game where this is the majority and I'm not going to go against the majority, can't be mad at me because I know she would have done it to me too. Um, and when it became to Stephanie Marcelino, I had knew that they were already coming after me, so I kind of felt I started feeling betrayed then, and then that's was the biggest betrayal is that besides Jabbar. at Final Four constantly telling me, "You're good, you're good, you're good. I got you, I got you, I got you. You're safe, you're safe, you're safe." Over and over and over again. I'm still in conversation, having conversation with Vicky, and Vicky's just like, "No, baby, he's lying to you." So I knew he was lying to me. Um, and I knew it, and I felt ultimately really, really betrayed at that point. That's why, if anyone had watched my elimination, I said everything I said because Jabbar, when this game started, Jabbar was the very first conversation I had in Florida. The very first conversation I had with him, we were good all the way up until Final Four. I don't know where things changed. I don't really know. He knows he could have beat me in the end. I don't know. But I felt really betrayed by Stephanie and Marcelino, but I understood it's because their duo versus our duo. I understood why they did that. Jabbar makes no sense to me. It literally makes no sense why he betrayed me and why he had lied to me. Because I even told him on a call, I was like, look, if it's me, I understand, but like, at least just tell me. At least being a man and tell me. And he couldn't tell me. And that's where I feel the most betrayed is that you tell me that you spoke to Vicky and you said you were going to keep me, but yet ultimately you still didn't. And it's just that's where I really felt most betrayed is at that point because I already knew I was leaving. I would have respected you more if you would have told me that I was leaving. People can say that I'm a hypocrite because I didn't tell other people they were leaving, but that's telling them they were leaving wasn't going to benefit my game because they could have turned shit on me. You know what I mean? Jabbar was safe, so it doesn't make sense to me. But I guess that's how the cookie crumbles.
Moving forward, along the lines of backstabbing, voting out people, was there any part of this game that you felt that you voted someone out that had hurt your game in the long run? Vice versa. Like,
Um,
was it like too early to vote a certain duo or a certain individual out of the game?
so I took the game in sections. I took the game as in individuals and duos. So when it came to duos, I knew voting off Noah was not a bad idea. It felt kind of good to cast that vote again. No shade. Um, ultimately, you know, when we voted out Zach, you know, that vote didn't bother me. So voting out Noah and voting out Zach didn't bother me. Um, voting out Jacob didn't bother me. I liked Kevin, but that didn't really bother me because it didn't affect my game too much. Um, where I really feel like I started to fuck up a little bit was when I voted out Ali and Bryce because I knew Ali was going to have my back, but I wasn't sure what Bryce was going to do, and I felt like Ali was going to stick with Bryce over me. Okay, so that was a little bit of it. And then when it came down to the whole Jordan vote, is that wasn't what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be Billy and Vicky were supposed to be leaving that round. So with Billy and Vicky supposed to be leaving that round, then it was literally Kim did all the work that day, had all of the votes. Michael waits to about 10 minutes before the vote and was like, we're switching to Jordan. And at that point, I ended up voting for Jordan because the numbers weren't there. And I went to Alyssa and I asked Alyssa, I said, are you flipping? Are you going to switch? And I went to Jabbar. I said, are you going to switch? And when both of them had told me yes, I knew that I should not put myself in the minority when it comes to that vote. So I felt like voting out Jordan was a premature move. I felt like Jordan should have stayed because if Billy and Vicky would have left that round, then everything would have been fine and Jordan would have been in this game. I don't know if I would have got this far if Jordan was still in the game, to be 100% honest with you. I don't know. But I really think that Jordan was my biggest mistake when it became duos. When it became individual, hindsight's 2020 on every single vote I cast. You know, voting out Kim, Michael, Alyssa, all that hindsight's 2020. At the time, I realized that I still just didn't have the numbers. At any point in this game, I never had the numbers on my side, but I was always in the majority. if that makes sense too. So yeah, I felt like Jordan was the vote that I fucked up on when it came to individual or came to duos, but individuals, I kind of fucked up on voting out Michael. I think Michael was the biggest mistake, honestly,
So you
because
got. Oh,
uh,
okay.
well, I was gonna
No, go
say
ahead.
every single person in this game, and I had said it, every single person in this game had dug their own grave. Everyone had. Noah dug his own grave by running around like a fucking crackhead. No shade. I like the guy. I've actually come to like him, but he ran around like a crackhead, making all these deals and promises and shit like that. Okay, Zach Shelley decided to come after me, and you know how I am. When someone tries to come after me, I'm gonna make sure that they go, and that's what happened. Jordan gave me his steal of vote power, which I used, which is fine. Um, Jacob dug his own grave. Jacob and Kevin dug their own grave. Every single duo that was voted out had dug their own grave. Once it got to individuals, Regan dug her own grave. We all saw that. Michael dug his grave by constantly arguing with Regan. So that became an issue. And then I guess there was some kind of distrust between him and Stephanie, which caused the vote to flip to him because it wasn't supposed to be him or her. It was supposed to be Vicky that round. Um, but Kim dug her own grave by being a little too forceful. Alyssa had dug her own grave, but because she was too likable. Um, you know, I dug, and I know I dug my own grave because I had surrounded myself with people in this game who I knew I could trust, but I knew that I would never go far with them because there was always an outlying factor. When once Regan was gone, and Jabbar and I have been cool, but once Regan was gone, I knew that there was a difference. And just like Stephanie had dug her own grave by trying to go after Alyssa and then trying to come after me, and Marcelino dug his grave simply because he was lying too much, but he was attached to Stephanie and he was a big threat during live night. And I dug my own grave because I decided to stay loyal to two people this entire game. I was loyal to legitimately two people this entire game, Jabbar and Amber. And that's where I dug my hole, was voting out people who I thought could really help me in the game, but I knew I couldn't go far, to where I put trust in people. I put trust in my partner, but trust in putting into somebody who I never worked with before and realizing they're the person who screwed me over. So, yeah.
Hey. So you got eliminated final four. Um,
Mhm.
Zach, Vicky, and Jabbar are in the final three. Who
Mhm.
would be your ideal final two that you would vote for, and whose vote or which of the finalists would you not vote for at all?
Every single one of them has a very strong case against each other. You know, um, Beck is a smart guy. He's super smart. His social skills are fairly okay. I had never really spoken to Beck a whole lot till once Alyssa was gone and Stephanie, and then it became to the Stephanie vote. That was when I really started talking to Beck. Come to realize Jabbar and Beck have been talking this most of this entire game. So Beck had a very good case that, he kind of laid in Alyssa's shadows for a little bit, and once she left, that he kind of emerged from the ashes a little bit. Um, but every time the vote was always on him, every time the vote was on him, he got it off of him. Somehow he flipped the vote and took the vote off of him. Vicky, being with a very strong personality like Billy, who was targeted, but never had any kind of a safety, moving all the way to the final three. Jabbar had turned out all these challenges right at the end when, to be honest with you, he didn't need to. He wasn't in any kind of a danger. Every single person liked him. So him winning the challenges really just showed himself that he can win them, which is fine, but also his case is not strong enough as it would be to Vicky. And I think Vicky has the best chance to win against Jabbar. I think Vicky and Jabbar will probably be the best final two, in my opinion, because I think Vicky just has a stronger case against Jabbar than she would Beck, because Beck is more well liked. than people in this game. And I think, if those two get to the final two and they explain, and Jabbar explains how he got to the final two and explain that everyone realized that he was slowly fucking every single person over, that's really going to affect some people. That's really going to affect some people. And I didn't want to play with emotion in this game, but I didn't. For the longest time, I felt bad, but I still cast those votes until I got eliminated last night. Then I put emotion into it and I fucking broke down. Um, which we all know I'm a crier. We all know this. Um, I think Vicky and Jabbar is probably my ideal final two, with honestly Vicky winning.
All right.
First female winner.
My last question is, who or did you benefited from the duos? Okay, let me just. Who do you think benefited from the duos twist the most, and who do you think benefited the least?
So who I think benefited the most from this? I think, okay, so the person that I think benefited the most from the situation is four different duos, and all for different reasons. I think Stephanie and Marcelino benefited the most because they were both a very active, very strong duo, very around, very in your face, very, you know, they were very in your face. So I think they benefited the most because they're both very active within conversations. Also, who else benefited the most was probably myself. And it sounds shitty to say that, but I was the last duo standing. And even though Amber was very quiet, it helped me because she was quiet. And then it did help me because Amber was really well liked and she really helped me out. So with her understanding, okay, with her, being around with me and, kind of calming me down a little bit, being a little more logical, I think that benefited me. I think who would hurt, I think Jordan ultimately. I think Jordan was really hurt by his partner being almost non existent, because with his partner being almost non existent, then um, everything was falling on Jordan's shoulders, which is beneficial, but it also hurts him because Jordan is a strong personality, even though as monotone as he is, and I love the kid. I really do love him, but I think it hurt him because he didn't have someone to bounce ideas off of, who moving forward. Also, I mean, Carissa, even though her and Noah were the first ones voted out, I think Noah probably wasn't the best partner because he did run around a little crazy the very first round, making deals with people. So in my opinion, I think those are the people who benefited and didn't benefit from this twist.
All right. So with that being said, before I start the recording, do you have any last minute things?
Yeah, all I want to say is that it's a game. It's a game, and you know, people sh- people need to be very aware of the comments that they make. Can ultimately really hurt people and really upset people. When I went into the jury chat last night, no one welcomed me. Um, no one was. Every single person was happy to see me because I wasn't in the game anymore. Because every single person just had such a just a distaste for me. Um, I went back and read everything that was in the comments, um, in the game or in the jury chat. And to be honest with you, I cried. It hurt my fucking feelings. Saying that I should go get fucked with a nail studded fist. That everyone just needs to ignore me when I get there. How I'm a horrible human being. How saying all this stuff to me because it's a game and I made moves that I thought was going to benefit me, when every single one of these people act holier than thou and act like they've never, ever turned on somebody or made a vote or did anything like that. It's really fucked up and it really hurt my feelings. And to be honest with you, I don't want to play anymore. if I'm asked back for All Stars, I'll come back and play. But other than that, I'm done because these people are so vile and hurtful because of the shit they say over a fucking game. I came in there and I told everybody I appreciate everybody. I no hard feelings. It's a game. It happened. What happened? I used to not be that way, but then I realized now that I'm a little older and a little more mature, there's certain things people shouldn't say. And I understand you can be upset about the person, but be upset about the person and the game that they played. Don't attack that person the way they attack you, saying that you need to go get fucked with a nail-studded fist. How certain things people say are fucking rude for no reason. No reason. It's a game. Everyone's gonna have. There only one person wins. Only one person wins. Everyone's gonna have to turn on each other at some point. The shit they say was hurt. It was hurtful. It was extremely hurtful. I'm not saying that I'm this. I'm not saying I'm a great person, but I made moves that I had to make moves and that I felt was best for me in this game. Every single person's done it before. So people are definitely it that bothered me. It really bothered me and it hurt me. It really did. And you know, it just really hurt me. It really hurt my feelings. Even though saying it's a game, like I've been deleted off of Snapchat, I've been blocked, I've been completely straight up ignored, even when I've tried to be nice. Like, you know, it's hurtful. It really is. And anybody who knows me outside of this game or ever have met me or hung out with me in person knows I'm a really nice person. You know, I'm a really nice person. In a game, I'm totally different. But to attack me as a person and my personal character, you know, in this game, hate the hate the way the person played. Don't hate the person as a person. And they did. But every single person in this game should take a look in the mirror and realize all the shit they've said about me or other people, the shit's been said about them and how it made them feel. All they have to do is just rethink things. That's all. That's all. You know? And, you know, I played a loyal game as best as I could to the people who I thought were going to be loyal to me in this game. I'm proud of the way I played. I was the last veteran standing in this game. I was the last duo in this game. I made the final four in a game where I thought that I would never make it. Even being 17th voted out, or if you don't count duos, or whatever the case might be, I still made it to the final four. People can say I didn't beat their placements. People can say I didn't do this or I didn't do that. I know had I gotten to the end, even though these people are so bitter at me, I know I would have had a good case. I knew I would have been able to hold my own. And, you know, that's just how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. But ultimately, you know, I made it as far as I did. I'm happy. You know, I'm on the jury again. Second time I'm playing, second time I'm on the jury. I'm happy. I'm happy. I really wish I could have stayed in the game, but I'm happy with the way I played the game, even though some of my decisions are questionable from the outside looking in. But, you know, I got to where I got. And if I didn't play the way I played, I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't have got there. Just like everyone can say Russell Hanson's a horrible person, he is. But he does what he had to do to get to where he got, and look where he got. Same thing with Parvati. Like, you know, taking Survivor out of the game, going back into this season, or you know, uh, into other orgs. You know, people make decisions they have to make. Like Sean, I know you've been turned on before by somebody who you thought was going to be of your side to take you to where you had to get. I mean, Allie, Nicole's been turned on. Matthew Papa's been turned on. Erica hasn't because she doesn't play. But everybody, if you want to go back to Torch, you can go to Torch. Nick Mannon turned on everybody to get to where he got, and look what he did. Look at Duke. Duke turned on people to get where he had to get to where he did. Peyton did. I mean, you want to go back. I mean, Robbie and Romeo probably did. I mean, Eddie, I'm sure Eddie did. Like every single person in this series or any series gets to where they have to get. Even on the show, Big Brother Survivor, I got Britneyed. Okay, I got Britneyed. I was Britney. I thought these people had my back, and not realizing that these people were my back had my back. And I got Britneyed. I did, but ultimately, I went down, even though I was emotional and upset, and I rewatched the video, and Jabbar started crying. Jabbar started crying. I wish they would have continued recording, but they didn't after I left. Um, you know, they were upset. And I don't know why they were upset because they knew what they were doing. In this game, you can regret the votes that you cast, but never feel bad about the votes that you cast because it's a game and you're doing what you have to do to benefit your game. When everything's said and done, you can feel bad. But at that moment, you can't feel bad because it's furthering you in the game. So it takes lessons, and it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. And yes, I would have loved there because I fought my fucking ass off. Like literally, I have. But you know what? At the end of the day, let bygones be bygones. It's a game. Let's all potentially, if we all hang out or whatever, let's go have a beer. Let's just shoot the shit, and just be fine. It's a game. Let's move on. So that's all I really have to say. I don't know what else more there is to say. I know I told you 2 hours, but I can't. I don't want to tell you my entire game right here because I just don't think it's going to be beneficial to me. So okay, but
All
yeah.
right.
And I do want to say thank you to everybody who who wanted me to come back. I don't know why people wanted me to come back. To be honest with you, I don't know. And I wish I understood why Matthew and Nicole, and I'm pretty sure you had a hand in it, Sean, on why you guys wanted me to come back. I would love to know, but I appreciate you guys asking me. Um, so I thank you all. I thank you all for this experience and this opportunity to show that I can do well in this game, even though everyone hated me. So if there's an All Stars, I will come back if I'm asked. So, but I love you guys.
All right. So with that being said, you are the 17th person voted out and the eighth member of the jury. You do have a say on who wins this season of a or Back to the Future.
Oh, am I gonna have a say? I will say this though. I'm not gonna. I don't. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna go as hard on them as I did on Peyton. I know I crossed the line with Peyton. I shouldn't have called my scumbag, but my feelings were in it. My emotions were in it. On how I left. This way, my feelings are still very much in it, but ultimately, I realize that it's a game, and I'm happy with my placement in this game. So I'm probably not going to be as hard. But then who's to say? Who's to say? I may feel a different way come Saturday. So, but I will be there, and I will have a lot to say on come finale night. So
Yes, you do. With that being said,